Dear friends, the practice of mindfulness will increase the quality of the teaching and of learning, and also it can improve the quality of our life. It will help us to handle our pain, our suffering. It will help us to bring about peace, understanding, compassion. It can help us restore communication and bring about reconciliation, joy of life. During the 3-4 days being together, we shall not just speak about mindfulness, but we will try to do it. First of all, I would like to share with you the practice of mindful walking. Mindful walking or walking meditation is a practice that can bring joy, stability, and freedom with every step. When you breathe in, you may like to make one step or 2 steps, and you become aware of the contact between your foot and the ground. And you may like to say, I have arrived. I have arrived. You breathe in, you make a step, and you say silently, I have arrived. I have arrived is not a statement, it is a realization. And with that step, you can arrive at the here and the now. Because many of us are not capable of living the present moment. We have the tendency of running into the future. Most of us sacrifice the present moment for the future. And we know that life is available only in the present moment. We have an appointment with life. And that appointment with life takes place in the present moment. And if we miss the present moment, we miss our appointment with life, which is very serious. Therefore, a step that you make will bring you back to the here and the now, the present moment, so you can touch life deeply with that step. And I have arrived means I have arrived in the present moment, when the wonders of life are available. We know intellectually that life is there, and the wonders of life are there in us and around us. And yet, we cannot touch the wonders of life in order to nourish ourselves, to heal ourselves. The blue sky, the white cloud, the beautiful hills, the river, the bird, the songs of the bird, all these are wonders of life that are available only in the present moment. And if we abandon the present moment, how can we get in touch with these wonders of life? The here and the now is the real address, the real home of life. And that is why when we breathe in and make a step, and if we can go home to the present moment, we have an opportunity to touch life deeply and all the wonders of life in that moment. So when you breathe in, taking a step and say, I have arrived, it means you have arrived in the present moment. But we have already had a tendency of running. Our ancestors, our parents, may have run all their life into the future and seeking what they believe to be conditions of their happiness. And we also have done that. We believe that the happiness is not possible now. We need a few more conditions to be truly happy, and these few more conditions must be in the future. And that is why most of us sacrifice the present moment in order to run into the future. And by doing so, we miss life and all the wonders. We know that there are wonders of life that are refreshing and healing and nourishing. And if we know how to dwell in the present moment, we allow ourselves to be in touch with these wonders of life that have the power to heal, to transform, and to nourish. I have arrived is not a statement. I have arrived is a realization. When you are alone, you might like to practice slow walking. And when you breathe in, you just make one step. And you say, I have arrived. And look deeply and listen deeply to see whether you have arrived really or not. To me, when beginners begin to practice that, they have to invest 100% of their body and their mind in order to arrive truly in the here and the now with one step. When you make the step, you try to arrive in the here and the now. You have to abandon the past, and you have to abandon the future. You have to release the past. You have to release the future, and you become a free person. Only as a free person that you can step into the present moment. Many of us have the tendency to recall the past. Our worry, our sorrow about the past, our pain concerning the past, prevent us to live deeply the present moment. The past has become a kind of prison. And there are people who are locked into the prison of the past and are not capable of living truly in the present moment. And you have seen around us people like that. The future can be also a prison. If we keep thinking about future, if we keep worrying about future, if we still have a lot of fear and uncertainty about future, the future become a prison. And we are sucked to the future, and we are not free in order to live our life in the present moment. And that is why I have arrived means I have liberated myself from the prison of the past, from the prison of the future, of my projects, of my worries, and I am a free person, and I am now touching life deeply with one step. I have arrived. And listen to your body, listen to your feeling, to see whether you have truly arrived in the present moment with one step. If you have not arrived to 100%, don't make another step. Just stay there in that position until you come to a full stop. Stopping. Samatha is the key of meditation. With one in-breath and one step, the mindfulness, the energy of mindfulness and concentration can help you to stop. And with that kind of with that act of stopping, you become free. Free from the sorrow concerning the past, free from the uncertainty and the fear concerning the future, in order for you to enjoy the wonders of life in the present moment. So making a step is a kind of challenge. And I'm sure that if we are truly mindful, if we are truly concentrated in our in-breath and our steps, we'll be able to stop and to establish ourselves in the present moment. Anyone can do that with, if we have enough determination to do. We know that there is an energy called a habit energy that always pushes us to run into the future. And when we practice arriving like that in the here and the now, we encounter that kind of tendency to run. So this is a kind of revolution. We challenge. We do not allow ourselves to be carried away by the habit energy of running. We just want to stop, to be established really in the here and the now. And the practice of mindful walking, mindful breathing can help you to do that. Mindfulness, smriti in Sanskrit means the energy, the kind of energy that we can generate by ourselves. All of us are able to drink our tea mindfully. All of us are able to wash our face mindfully. All of us are able to brush our teeth mindfully if we want to. All of us can breathe in mindfully, breathe out mindfully. All of us can take a step mindfully if we really want to do so. So mindfulness is not something strange to us. Every human being has the capacity of being mindful. We have a seed of mindfulness in us. And if we keep practicing, the seed of mindfulness in us will grow into an important kind of energy. And anytime we need the energy of mindfulness, it will be there for us. Mindfulness is the kind of energy that helps us, that allows us to recognize what is going on in the present moment. When you breathe in mindfully, you are aware of your in-breath, and that is called mindfulness of breathing. When you hold your tea and drink your tea mindfully, enjoy the present moment of drinking tea, and that is mindfulness of drinking. And when you walk and become aware of every step you make, that is mindfulness of walking. So mindfulness is a kind of energy that every one of us can generate. And mindfulness, the energy of mindfulness brings along another kind of energy called the energy of concentration, samadhi. When you focus your attention on something, like a flower, you become aware of the presence of the flower. And when you are aware, mindful of the flower, you are somehow concentrated on the flower. And if you keep your concentration alive, you get in touch much more deeply with the flower. Suppose you are standing there as a group and looking at a beautiful sunset. And those of you who are truly mindful, and if they are mindful, they can touch the beautiful sunset deeply. But there is someone whose mind is not concentrated, and she keeps thinking about other things. She is drawn to the past, caught by the future, by her projects, and she is not truly there. And the beautiful sunset is not for her. So mindfulness allowed us to be fully present in the here and the now, in order to enjoy what is going on in the here and the now, and in this case, the beautiful sunset. And mindfulness allowed us to be in touch with these kind of events. Is that kind of wonders that have the power to heal us, to transform us, and to nourish us. So mindfulness is the energy helping us to be fully present in the here and the now. And mindfulness is also the energy that allows us to be fully alive. Fully alive. Because in our daily life, our body may be there, but our mind is elsewhere. Our mind might be caught by the past, or in the future, in our worries, in our anger, in our projects. Our mind is not with our body. We are not truly there. We are not present. We are not alive. So with one mindful in-breath or mindful step, you bring your mind back to your body. A matter of seconds. One in-breath or one step is enough to bring your mind back to your body. And when your mind is back to your body, you are truly there. There is something you call the oneness of body and mind. You are well established in the here and the now. You are fully present. You are fully alive. You are in a position of touching life deeply. And every one of us can do that. If we are keen to cultivate that energy which bring life to us. So when you breathe in, you may like to make one step, and you may say, I have arrived. You have arrived in the here and the now. And if you succeeded in arriving, and then you smile, a smile of victory, and you make another step. I am home. I have arrived. I am home. My true home is in the here and the now. I know that life is available only in the here and the now. And the home of life is the here and the now. And I realize that my true home is not in the future, not in the past. My true home is in the present moment. So when you say, I have arrived, you mean I have arrived in the here and the now. When you say, I am home, you say that my home is here. My true home is here and now. And walking meditation is a very wonderful way, easy way to learn how to live deeply every moment of our daily life. We have offered a retreat of mindfulness for members of the American Congress. And now in Capitol Hill, there are congressmen practicing walking meditation. They wrote to me and they said that Thầy, now I, from the office where I work to the place where I cast my ballot, I always practice walking meditation. During that walking, the time of walking, I stop all the thinking. I just enjoy my in-breath, my out-breath, and my step. And it has helped us tremendously. It has helped us tremendously. When there is a congressman who said that while I was waiting at the airport to take my flight, I enjoy doing walking meditation. I enjoy every step I make at the airport. And that is a refreshing, healing, and that can bring me a lot of joy and peace. When we do walking meditation together with many people, we cannot go that slow. We go normally. So when we breathe in, we can make 2 or 3 steps. I have arrived, arrived, arrived. Every step become a mindful step. And when you breathe out, you make 2 or 3 steps and you say, I'm home, I'm home, I'm home. These words will help you to be concentrated on your steps and your breath. Doing walking meditation, we combine our breathing with our walking. And one breath can go together with one step. If we want to use the normal speed, walking with many hundreds other people, and then we may make 2 steps during our in-breath and 2 steps during our out-breath. But we can always listen to our lungs. Sometimes we feel much better when we make 2 steps when we breathe in and 3 steps when we breathe out. But normally for beginners, the out-breath is always longer than the in-breath. So if our lungs want 3 steps, instead of 2 steps, we just allow our lungs to enjoy 3 steps. There is a short poem that my friends may like to memorize in order to enjoy more their practice of walking meditation. It goes like this: I have arrived, I am home. In the here, in the now. I am solid, I am free. In the ultimate, I dwell. And you may enjoy walking with that poem. I have arrived. It means I have arrived in the here and the now. I am home. It means my true home is also here and the now. So you always touch the present moment with the wonders of life while you walk. In the here, in the now, it's the same thing. It is the address of life. Touching the here, touching the now. And if you are concentrated, if you are mindful with your in-breath, out-breath, and step, you remain a free person, free from your worries about future, free from your sorrow about the past. And nourishment, healing, transformation happened when you walk like that. Every step is healing. Every step is nourishment, with the condition that we are free while doing the walking. I am solid. I am free. This is not auto-suggestion. I am solid. It means that I am solidly established in the here and the now. I am not being pulled by the past. I am not being pulled by the future. I am myself. I am free. So I am solid means I am well established in the here and the now. So I can enjoy walking. I am free means I am free from the sorrow concerning the past. I am free from the uncertainty and the fear concerning the future. And solidity and freedom are the 2 essential elements of happiness. How can you be truly happy if you are not solid? How can you be truly happy if you are not free? And every step like that help cultivate solidity and freedom. I am solid, I am free. In the ultimate ideal. Because there are 2 dimensions of to reality, the historical dimension and the ultimate dimension. And the two dimensions are one. The absolute is contained in the relative. And if we touch the historical dimension deeply, we touch also eternity. And that is something we will learn a little bit later on. Imagine a person who is dying. He or she lying there. And even if they are a very rich person, they are a very powerful person, but at that moment, if they want to stand up and make another step, it will not be possible. To be alive, to be healthy, and to be making steps on this beautiful planet is a real miracle. Breathing in, I feel alive. When I breathe in mindfully, mindfulness will tell me that I'm alive. And to be alive is already a miracle. The greatest of all miracles is that you are still alive. To be alive and to be making steps on this planet is a real miracle. And you can enjoy every step you make. So while making a step, you may say, a miracle at every step. If you don't say, I have arrived, I'm home, you say that a miracle happens with every step. If you walk freely, touching the wonders of life, and every step is happiness, every step is healing, every step is joy. And there are those of us who can heal ourselves just by the practice of walking. Walk like a free person, walk like a Buddha. A Buddha is a human being who knows how to walk mindfully, how to drink his tea mindfully, how to live deeply every moment of his life. And as a human being, he can do like a Buddha. I have arrived. I have arrived. I am home. I am home. I am solid. I am in the here. I am in the now. I am solid. I am free. In the ultimate ideal. There is a French writer named André Gide. He said that God is happiness. Dieu est bonheur. A very original kind of thinking. God is happiness. And he added, God is available 24 hours a day. And I told my friends, my co-practitioners in Europe, in America, that if God is available 24 hours a day, His kingdom is also available 24 hours a day. In Buddhism, we do not speak of the kingdom of God, but we speak of the pure land of the Buddha, with all the wonders. To me, the kingdom of God or the pure land of the Buddha is not something vague, abstract, in a distant future. All the wonders of life that we can get in touch with in our daily life belong to the kingdom of God, to the pure land of the Buddha. The stars, the blue sky, the beautiful hills, the clear river, the face of a lovely child, the lovely face of a child, a rose, a tree, all of that are wonders of life, and they belong to the kingdom of God. And the many wonders of life that are available. And to me, the kingdom of God is available in the here and the now. And you don't have to die in order to go into the kingdom. In fact, you have to be very alive in order to touch the kingdom. And in order to be alive, you should be inhabited by the energy of mindfulness and concentration. Because mindfulness and concentration make you fully present, fully alive. And with one step, you can enter the kingdom of God and enjoy all the wonders of life that are available in the kingdom. There is no day when I do not enjoy walking in the pure land of the Buddha or the kingdom of God, because it's very nourishing and healing. And I want very much that all my friends will be able to do the same thing. Enjoy walking in the kingdom of God every day. The kingdom is available. The question remains is that whether you are available to the kingdom. You are caught by the past. You are caught by the future in your worries and your projects. You have no time for the kingdom. And that is why bring your attention to your in-breath, your out-breath. Make a mindful step. Bringing your mind back to your body and make yourself fully present in the here and the now. You make yourself available to the kingdom. Let us enjoy breathing in and out with the sound of the bell. The sound of the bell is used as a means to bring the mind back to the body. In a practice center, every time you hear the sound of the bell, you stop all your thinking. You stop all your talking. You bring your attention to your in-breath. You enjoy breathing in. You enjoy breathing out. You enjoy your true presence in the here and the now. So the bell of mindfulness is a kind of helper. And we can practice listening to the bell in a very deep way. The bell of mindfulness is not really something outside of us. When there is the vibration of the air, so our body and our mind produce the sound within. And it is possible for us to generate the energy of mindfulness and listen very deeply to the sound of the bell. We release the past, we release the future, we release all our projects, we stop thinking altogether, and we concentrate on the sound of the bell. We allow every cell of our body to listen. We listen to all our body and our mind. And the sound can go deeply, deeply in every cell, and we realize stopping. And if you listen like that, all the tension, the stress, and the pain will go away. And during the time of listening like that, our body will acquire the capacity of healing itself. The heart rate will be reduced, and the immune system is boosted, become stronger if we allow our body to relax, if we allow our body to be penetrated by the sound of the bell. Mindfulness of listening to the bell is a very, very wonderful practice. Every time we hear the sound of the bell, we should release everything. The bell is a reminder. It's the voice of the Buddha from within calling us, dear one, please stop. Be fully alive, be fully present, touch life deeply, smile, enjoy being alive. And during sitting meditation, we do the same. We allow our body to relax. We sit not for the sake of the future. We are not seeking enlightenment or anything at all. We just enjoy sitting. Sit in such a way that relaxation, peace, stopping is possible. And sitting like that, there will be no pain, no tension in our body. The Buddha is described as sitting on a lotus flower. That means that wherever he sits, he feels light, he feels fresh, he feels free. But many of us cannot sit like him. We have so much worry and fear and anger in us. We are not really sitting on a lotus flower. We are sitting on a heap of burning charcoal. So it's very wonderful if we learn how to sit on a lotus flower. If we know how to let go, to release the tension, to enjoy breathing in and out, and then we'll be sit on a lotus flower. No matter whether we are sitting on the grass, on a bench, by the beach, on our desk, even before our computer, we can sit freely, enjoy sitting like a Buddha. I think the Buddha, if he is there with us in this place, in this age, he will be using the computer or a telephone also. But he will not be caught by his computer, his telephone. He remains a free person. He may enjoy his computer and his mind. There are those of us who program our computer so that every 15 minutes there will be a sound of the bell. And when we hear the sound of the bell, we stop working. We just sit back. We enjoy breathing in, breathing out, smiling, releasing the tension, and renew ourselves. And many of us have programmed our computer so that it will offer a sound of the bell every quarter of an hour to remind us to enjoy being alive, enjoy our breathing, our sitting. Shall we sing together the song, I have arrived, I am home? I have arrived, I am home. In the here and in the now, I have arrived, I am home. In the here and in the now, I am solid, I am free, I am solid, I am free. In the ultimate I dwell, in the ultimate must I dwell. Let us begin again. I never run. I am home in the here and in the now. I never run. I am home in the here and in the now. I am solid. I am free. I am solid. I am free. In the ultimate I dwell. In the ultimate I dwell. Thank you. While we practice walking meditation, we allow ourselves to enjoy the miracle of being alive. We allow ourselves to the nourishment and the healing that can be brought about by mindfulness and concentration. And you don't have, if you have not memorized the song, you might just use the first line of the song, I have arrived, I am home. Or while you practice walking, you might use words like a miracle at every step, joy at every step, healing at every step, transformation at every step. When we walk as a group, we generate a powerful collective energy of mindfulness and concentration. That is the benefit of doing it with a group of people, with the Sangha. When there are many of us together practicing sitting, breathing, or walking, the collective energy will become very powerful. And we should allow ourselves to be penetrated by that collective energy. There are things that are difficult to do if you are alone. But when you are in a group practicing the same thing, that becomes easy. Like mindful sitting, mindful walking, mindful eating, mindful discussion. So let us learn how to benefit from the collective energy of the Sangha. Let us be embraced by the collective energy of the Sangha. Let us allow the Sangha to carry us like as a river. We should try to be a river instead of a drop of water. If we know how to allow the energy of the Sangha to transport us, to embrace us, the practice of transformation and healing will take place much more quickly. If you have some fear, some sorrow, some pain in your heart, that make it difficult for you to enjoy breathing, sitting, walking, just allow the Sangha to embrace it. Dear Sangha, he is my pain, my sorrow, my fear. Please help embrace it for me. And you feel much better. It's like having a boat in order to transport something. If you throw a rock into the river, it will sink. But if you have a boat, you can keep many hundreds of kilograms of rocks floating. So alone, it may sink into the river of suffering with our sorrow, our fear, our pain. But if you allow the Sangha to embrace your pain, your sorrow, you'll be floating, because the Sangha is a boat. The collective energy of Sangha is something very precious. In the next few days, all of us will realize that. Let us operate not as individuals in a group. Let us learn to operate as a Sangha, as an organism. When we sit, let us sit as a Sangha. When we walk, let us walk as a Sangha. And you see the difference. Things will be much easier with the Sangha, with the collective energy of the Sangha. When we eat our breakfast, we can enjoy eating our breakfast in mindfulness. Eating is also a very deep practice. We make ourselves truly available to the breakfast. We make ourselves truly fully present, fully alive. When we pick up a piece of bread, we may take 1 second to look at the bread and see that the bread contains a cloud, contains the sunshine, contains the rice field. And the piece of bread is an ambassador from the cosmos to come to you in order to nurture you. And when you have seen the piece of bread like that, you put it into your mouth and you enjoy chewing the piece of bread, not thinking about the past, not thinking about the future, just enjoy chewing the bread. You are in touch deeply with the cosmos. And the act of eating your bread like that is an act of healing. You allow yourself to be nourished, to be loved, to be transformed by the cosmos. During the time we eat our breakfast or our lunch, allow ourselves not to think about the past, the future. Just allow ourselves to be nourished by the food. We focus our attention only on two things: the food that has come from the cosmos to nourish us, and the Sangha, the community of practice that is around us. And we can live fully in the here and the now with our co-practitioners. So when we brush our teeth in the morning or after dinner, we can brush our teeth in such a way that joy and freedom be possible. You have 1 or 2 minutes to brush your teeth, but it is possible to brush your teeth in such a way that life is there. You feel free, you feel joyful. A Buddha would brush his teeth like that, and you can be a Buddha, enjoy breathing, brushing your teeth, smile, enjoy the act of brushing your teeth. Take the time. Even when you go to the restroom, urinating or defecating, these are also moments of practice. Take the time to enjoy. And everything that is done in mindfulness and concentration become holy, become spiritual. So making a step mindfully, that is a very spiritual act. Eating your breakfast mindfully, that is very spiritual. Drinking your tea mindfully, that is very spiritual. brushing your teeth is a very spiritual thing to do. And we know that all of us need a spiritual dimension to our daily life. Without the spiritual dimension to our daily life, we cannot cope with the suffering. We cannot undo the difficulties in our daily life. And cultivating mindfulness and concentration, we'll be able to gain the insight that will liberate us. Because if you are truly mindful, if you are truly concentrated, you will get in touch with reality in a deeper, much deeper way. And by that way, you get insight. And you will understand. That kind of understanding, that kind of insight will liberate us from our fear, our anger, our violence, our despair. And this is very crucial for the success of education, of teaching and learning. Every day we go practice, enjoy sitting together, generating the collective energy for the nourishment and transformation of everyone. We go practice eating together. We will practice walking together. We will listen to a Dharma talk together. Listen to the Dharma talk is also a practice. There are seeds of wisdom in ourselves. The seed of understanding, the seed of compassion, the seed of forgiveness, the seed of joy that lie deeply in every one of us. And a Dharma talk is something like a rain that can penetrate into the soil of your mind, of your consciousness, and allow the rain to penetrate deeply and to touch the seed of wisdom, of compassion, of joy, of forgiveness within yourself. And when these seeds sprout and become energy, our suffering will be transformed. Our joy will be increased. And this is a very easy thing to do. Listen to a talk is not to get ideas. You cannot transmit wisdom and insight to another person. Even if you are an excellent teacher. The other person has the seed of wisdom, of insight, inside himself or herself. And if you are a good teacher, you are able to touch the seed of wisdom, insight, compassion in him or in her. So listen to a Dharma talk. We should know that we are not getting ideas. We already have some ideas. And when we listen to someone with his ideas, we will bring our ideas up in order to compare with the idea that is being given. And if our idea corresponds to the idea that is given, we said, you are right. And if the idea that is given you is not the same with the idea you have, and you have tendency to know you are wrong. And in both cases, we learn nothing at all. Listen to a Dharma talk is to allow the seed of wisdom, of insight, of compassion in us to have a chance. What is being said is like the rain. Allow it to fall and to penetrate into the soil of your mind, of your consciousness. Don't judge, don't compare. Just allow it, allow the rain to penetrate into deep soil. And there will be an occasion, a chance for the seed of enlightenment, the seed of insight, the seed of compassion, and the seed of love in you to sprout. And listening like that without using your intellect is very important. Just listen. Don't compare. Don't use your intellect. Using your intellect is like using a piece of nylon in order to receive the rain. And the piece of nylon prevent the rain to penetrate into the soil. So take the intellect away, allow the rain to penetrate deeply into the deeper part of our consciousness. This is a secret. And in the time of the Buddha, that those who are able to listen like that and get enlightened, get transformed just during a Dharma talk. I think that is enough for today. We shall continue tomorrow, and I hope all of you enjoy every moment of our being together in 3-4 days. Thank you very much. When you hear the small bell, please undo your feet and massage them mindfully and with compassion.
Dear Sangha, dear Thai, dear Sangha. So after we will massage our legs, we will hear a small sound of the bell, and we will stand up and bow to Thai, and then remain standing while Thai leads the hall. And then we ask you to please sit back down for a few announcements about the rest of the program this evening. Thank you.
Dear sisters and brothers, we would like Arun Kapoor to give a vote of thanks.
Following the wonderful experience that you've just been through, I want to start by saying a thank you with an attitude of gratitude for the miracle of being alive. I want to thank the Buddha in all of us. I have arrived. I am home. In the here and the now. I am solid. Just wonderful. And I want to take this opportunity to also say that John Martin, who taught here for many, many years, one of the things that he said, which I really took into me, he said if education is to be a preparation for life, the first thing is must teach you that life is worth living. And I think the experience that we've just been through proves without doubt that if there are opportunities to be in the presence of Thay and his Sangha, then life is definitely worth living. And I think that's the learning that we should take away from here constantly. I want to thank the Sangha, without whom none of this is possible. The volunteers from amongst the Sangha who've done so much work. The Ahimsa Trust who really did so much work on this. A lot of people will thank Shantam says that without whom this would not happen, but I want to thank Shantam and his wonderful wife, Gita, without whom, and who doesn't always get the kind of thanks and gratitude. Wherever you are, I mean, the amount of work that you've done to make this happen, it's really, really appreciated. I know that Shantam said that Kanti was a bit skeptical, but I know that also that Kanti just took this whole idea and made it happen. All of us are teachers, and we know to have 600-700 people come from the outside for 4 days and to continue running the school is a miracle in itself. So really, Kanti, hats off to you for not only getting the school to continue, but to allow 500-600 of us, Sangha, to come in here and penetrate like the rain into your. The school is on, none of us noticed that, so that really can't be hands off. The Board of Governors of the Doon School, which kind of came forward so fantastically to allow this to happen, and Anurjit himself, who just from the word go has given off himself in a way which is unbelievable. Thank you, Anurjit, for making this happen. Your Excellency, Governor, for being here as a chief guest and for releasing the book, which I hope you, all of us as school teachers, will take away, because it's really something that will be able to generate feelings in the kids. And I hope Shantam and Sangha will allow many more such books to come forward into our lives. I have to thank the monks, brothers and sisters who come all the way from France. When we started off with the sound, the melody that came through was just moving, and I don't know whether it does too, it just transported me, and I'm sure I speak on behalf of all of you, but we really got transported almost out of the here and the now. But that was really bringing us to grasp of the here and the now. And last but not least, most important, Thich Nhat Hanh, hey, venerable, amazing. It's just, thank you so much. 12 years ago when you were here in India, we had the opportunity for you to come, and I had the opportunity to meet you when your monks came to the school. I want to say on behalf of the children who met the monks 12 years ago, and these children are now young adults, and they said that was one of the most moving experiences in their lives to have spent those 2-3 hours with them. So we are in for some quite amazing days, next 3-4 days. So thank you, Dehradun. Thank you, everybody, and God bless. But before we go, after we leave, there are some administrative announcements that need to be made. So after I'll rise now for take a leave, and then we'll sit down back again for a minute for the administrative announcement that need to be made. Thank you. Namaskar.